we've got a few things going on in this problem here. We're going to take an expression that is written verbally, which means it's just written in words. We're going to turn the words into algebra. Then we're going to simplify the algebra. And as we are simplifying it, we're going to name the properties that we're using. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the words. And the words say, and I'm going to underline them as we go, twice the difference of 3x and y increased by 5 times the sum of x and 2y. Okay, so let's just take this one piece at a time. So we're going to start off with twice the difference of 3x and y. So the word difference means subtraction. So when it says the difference of 3x and y, that means we're going to subtract 3x and y. And twice means we're going to double it. So the difference of 3x and y means 3x minus y, and we're going to double it. Now, the way that we indicate that we're going to double the entire thing, like we're going to subtract it and then double it, is that we're going to put this in parentheses. Take the difference of 3x and y and then double it. If we don't do the parentheses, let me erase those so we can see what this is going to look like. If I do not include these parentheses, then it looks like I'm just going to double the 3x. I don't want to double the 3x. I want to double the difference, twice the difference. So I need those parentheses. Okay, great. So what does the next thing say? The next thing says increased by. So increased by means plus. So increased by. And then let's look at the next thing. 5 times the sum of x and 2y. So sum of x and 2y, sum means add. So we're going to add x and 2y, and we want 5 times that sum. So we're going to get the sum and then multiply by 5, just like we did twice the difference, and we subtracted and then multiplied by 2. 5 times the sum means we're going to get the sum and then multiply by 5. Okay, so there's our algebraic expression. We've turned it from a verbal expression into an algebraic expression. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this, and then as we simplify it, we're going to write down each property we use. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to do the distributive property. And we can see right off the bat that we've got some numbers. This 2 is going to get multiplied by the 3x and the y, and this 5 is going to get multiplied by the x and the 2y. So let's do that first. We're going to do 2 multiplied by 3x. That's going to give us 6x. And then we do 2 multiplied by y. That's going to give us 2y. And there is a minus sign in the problem, so that means there's going to be a minus sign here. Good. Then we've got our plus sign. So that means the 5 that we're distributing here is positive. So 5 times x is going to give us 5x. And then 5 times 2y is going to give us 10y. And there's a plus sign in the middle here as well, so we're going to put a plus sign. Okay, now we need to name our property, and the property we used here, of course, is the distributive property. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to see if there are any like terms we can combine. And one of the things that we should do before we combine our like terms is we should move anything that is the same type of term together. So let me be a good mathematician and put my equal sign here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move some terms around. So I'm going to leave the 6x here, but then next to the 6x, I'm going to put that plus 5x. I want my x's right next to each other because I'm going to combine them in my next step. Okay, then I don't have any more x's in the problem, so let's move on to the y's. I've got minus 2y, and then after that, I'm going to put the plus 10y. So I've got the y's right next to each other and the x's right next to each other. And the property that allows me to do that, that allows me to move terms around so they're next to each other, is called the commutative property. The commutative property says I can move those things around. Okay. Now what can we do? Well, I'm going to do the distributive property again because this 6x plus 5x can be written as 6 plus 5 times x, just like that. And I can do the same thing with the y's. I could do plus -2 plus 10 y. That is also the distributive property. Why did we do that? Why did we do the distributive property? Well, it was in preparation for this last step that we're going to do, which is that we're going to combine our like terms. We're going to add our 6 and 5 together to get 11. And we're going to add our -2 and 10 together to get 8. And so our last step here is addition. And there we go. We have simplified it to 11x plus 8y. So we took a verbal expression, which is when you write the math out in English. We turned it into an algebraic expression. Then we simplified the algebraic expression. And what I think maybe is the most important part, as we were simplifying it, we justified our simplification, meaning we gave the reason why we were allowed to do each one of these steps.